G'day, Steeler Nation. Welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. Yes, another Mike Tomlin video, but I do want to talk about some other things too to do with our Steelers. I think it's today or tomorrow that they are starting the June mini camp, and I believe it goes mini camp for the next 3 days. It's mandatory, so players have to turn up, and they do this for 2 or 3 days, and then they go on break for about a month. So it was a good timing for the signing. I understand that some fans aren't too keen on Mike Tomlin being there 4 years. You guys know that I am. So we'll kind of leave it at that. You can put your opinion in the comments if you want to. That's why we have this channel. So we have this this brand, this community that is HDU and Steelers Nation Australia. I'm all keen for discourse and talking about it. But if you just write "fire Tomlin, he sucks," then I'm not overly going to entertain those comments or really write back, right? There's nothing really to that. But at this point in time, like I said yesterday, and also in my live chat with Steelers, sorry, not Steelers, the Arsenal DB, H2 alumni, Dwayne Butler there, DB, he was talking about stuff with Mike Tomlin as well in my live chat. A lot of fun. This could be a promising thing where over the next 4 years, maybe they have a chance to win a Super Bowl. That's the goal, right? You want to win the 6 up there. You want to go to another one. You want to win 7, be the first club or first franchise in the NFL to win 7. That's what you want to do. And that's why they probably brought in Russell Wilson as a veteran quarterback. That's why they went and got Omar Khan, did his work, and got Justin Fields for a 6th-round pick. And maybe you can develop him into a quarterback. Maybe you can turn this thing around with the offensive line. They went back-to-back now in getting Jones, Fautanu as well, depending where they play, left or right. My personal opinion, don't really care. Just want to see them run over people and, like Mike Tomlin says, roll people. So, yes, the big move was made yesterday, and the Steelers did this so into camp that they can feel comfortable. That's one thing out of the way. The Najee thing looks like they're going to try and address at the end of the year. Do they sign Frymouth? Does Cameron Hayward's contract get signed too? So big moves happened yesterday in terms of Mike Tomlin. Yes, half the people don't like it and the other half do. But one thing I want to talk about, guys, in today's episode, and maybe one of the reasons why the Steelers went and got there's many reasons why they chose Tomlin to be the coach for the next 3 years, right? In when you look at it as a business sense, you've got a guy that works. Mike Tomlin works. He does get you 8 wins, 9 wins, 10 wins. He has won playoff games. He has won a Super Bowl. He's been to 2. Yes, that was years ago, but it's in his back pocket to go on another run. Like, it can happen, right? But I was doing a bit of research, and I think I might have said this yesterday on my live. I think I did. I think I brought it up with DB. And I looked into Steelers' record versus the AFC North since 2007. And Mike Tomlin's doing a pretty good job. And I'll bring it up right now, if you guys can see it there. The Steelers are, or have their record since 2007 versus AFC North. They've won 70 games. They've lost 31. And they've tied once. That's a winning percentage of almost like 70%. Close to it. 31 losses, 1 draw was versus the Browns. So winning percentage is 0.691%. That's why you sign Mike Tomlin. That's why you have him there. That's why you went and got Patrick Queen from the Ravens. And now you've got that fuel to the fire for Queen to go after Lamar Jackson and prove, the Ravens wrong and their fan base wrong. That's why you have Mike Tomlin there. Players want to play for Mike Tomlin. If you like him or don't like him, and you're not a huge fan of what's been happening, and you call him mediocre Mike, and you're not happy with the current progress of the team, that's why you sign him. 70 wins, 31 losses, and 1 tie, with 245 TDs, 2,258 points per game, 22.1. And average points per game for the opponents is 17.1 with 1,700, right? And it goes on with downs. Now, that is something that this year, with the schedule, and I think I've still got the picture, because That's the reason why Mike Tomlin's here to win those kind of games. Mike Tomlin football, defensive football. When we verse Baltimore, Browns, Bengals, Browns, in that 4-go stretch, you need Mike Tomlin in those situations to be a leader. And yes, you need your team to be healthy too. So you know what? It doesn't help out when TJ Watt goes down or Le'Veon Bell gets injured in the playoffs or things like that happen, and then you have no backup to those players. There's no real depth behind the running back or outside linebacker. Your star players go out. It's going to be really hard to win playoff games. But in that stretch from week 11 for the Browns, and then the Eagles with a hard game. And you know what, too? We might over the coming weeks, and then because it's getting very, very, after mandatory minicamp, there's one big break, and there's nothing really to talk about except, you can make up stories, you can make up trade rumors. I don't think they're going to trade away, trade for Brendan Ayuk. I think that would be something that's been talked about too much. I don't think it's going to happen. I think they're going to go with the receivers. But we might do maybe we might do a show or a video that we look over the schedule and I try and choose the winners for each one. I could even play Madden. I don't know. I could play Madden for each schedule. Maybe I'll do mini games of Madden, something like that. Something fun, something cool versus, Commanders, Baltimore, Browns, Bengals, Browns. But overall, it's a really, really tough schedule in the back end where they're versing AFC North opponents. At the same time, though, because of that record I just brought up to you, that Mike Tomlin has won 70-31 against the AFC North. Does he not just own the AFC North? Take care of the Browns, take care of the Bengals, and right at the moment, taking care of the Ravens in the last, 7-1 victories in 4 years. So when you see that schedule, yes, it looks a bit tough. And then you finish with Ravens, Chiefs, and Bengals. But Mike Tomlin's hold of this thing to be the coach for the next 4 years, and what he's shown in the 17 years, that's his record. He's beaten the AFC North 70 times and only lost 30. So if there's jokes out there that Browns fans, Bengals fans, they're using the same jokes that some Steelers fans are, calling him mediocre Mike and all those kind of things. But at the same time, you should start to be worried because Tomlin can take care of your team. The Ravens right now, I don't have any problem with them. I think we can beat them twice. I think they're a bunch of losers. I think we can beat them, verse them at our house at 1 p.m. Who knows if Lamar Jackson will be there week 11, and who knows during week 16 if Lamar Jackson will be there versus the Ravens away. By the way, too, I'll be in Pittsburgh. I'm going to try and hopefully organize a watch party or something in week 16, 21st, in some kind of bar somewhere in Pittsburgh. I'll be watching Steelers versus Baltimore at 4:30 p.m. in Pittsburgh. So what I'm saying is AFC North football is tough, but this roster is built for it. This roster, Coach Tomlin, Omar Khan, look, even Smith and Austin, they're built for this kind of football. Even throwing Danny Smith in there. They got Darrell Patterson, who's a kickoff returner specialist, and maybe he can be featured in the running back or receiving roles. They got Calvin Austin, he's going to step up. They got Roman Wilson, who I think he's going to be play physical, and he's a young bloke, rookie. Can he step up? Darnell Washington, he's 6 foot forever. He's huge. Najee Harris is a big bloke. These guys are going to naturally step up into their positions and take care of business. I'm really excited, man. I'm really happy about this move. I know some people aren't that happy, but like I said yesterday, was it this one? Yeah, Frymouth, he's happy. You got Le'Veon Bell, he's happy. I'm pretty confident and happy with overall that the Steelers made the right choice to give him extension this year. 3-year contract. You play this year out. You then build again for the next draft in 2025. You see what happens then. And then in 2026, the Steelers host the draft. It's going to be a good time. I think there are bright spots ahead for this team on all fronts. Yes, they got to figure out, receivers, positional roles and things like that. They got to figure out the quarterback situation. We've got to see what Russell Wilson can do. We've got to see if they're going to sign Wilson or Fields. They've got to figure that out, right? But this is all part of the journey, man. It's all part of the fun. And when I saw this yesterday, I was like, man, or today that I'm recording it, I was pretty happy just for Tomlin to get his job again for the next 4 years for the organization. Big chance now. He's like 20 games away. So maybe not this season, 20 regular games, maybe in 2 seasons' time, if the Steelers go 10 or 11 wins each season, that next year in 2025, and it's a year away, it's ages away, that Coach Tomlin can surpass the legend Chuck Noll in terms of wins in head-to-head. Yes, he hasn't got 4 Super Bowls like Chuck Noll does, but how great of a history do we have that Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher, now Mike Tomlin, in his reign, 3 coaches over the span of 60 years. It's something that other organizations just don't do. Look to the Browns. Me and Arsenal DB counted yesterday, I think 11, 12 coaches since the span of 2006. Numerous quarterbacks. They're a dumpster fire. They're a bad organization. So are the Bengals. The Ravens a bit, mediocre. The Ravens remind me of the Cowboys, where they boost themselves up every year. We're going to go win the Super Bowl, and they fall short every year. I'm happy for this. I'm keen that he's taking control and taking advantage now of the AFC North, being 70, 31, and 1. He's beaten the AFC North in his career 70 times. That to me is pretty fantastic. Alrighty, guys, I'll see you later.